head football coach, North Carolina State University.
I want to tell you this, that we're not here because of magic from a coaching staff. There is no such thing as magic. I'd like to show you a simple little trick. Just take a little 6x6 white card, and on this side of the card, put 1 dot. On the back side of the card, be sure and put 2 dots, 1 up in each corner. On the third side of the card, try to put 3 dots right in a row. It's very important. And of course, on the fourth side of the card, try to put 1 up in each corner. And on the other one side, just start all over again. Now, you go along from time to time, you can have more fun with this because you will get 3 in a row, and it won't dawn on people until you get 4 in a row. Once you get 4 in a row, everybody wants to see how you get 5, and that isn't real difficult, but getting 6 is virtually impossible.
Don Fambro, head football coach, Kansas University.
4 months ago, we started fall practice back in Lawrence, University of Kansas. That time, we'd just been picked as honorable mention for 8th place in a conference that has 8 teams. And we ended up tying the University of Nebraska for 2nd place in what we think is a pretty tough conference. So actually, I'm very proud and very happy for this football team.
This is a story of 2 coaches, a fun week, and a great American classic. Liberty Bowl 1973 is brought to you by the First National Bank of Memphis and the Liberty Bowl Festival Association.
Blank left, 37 area.
Let's get going on that offense. Move that ball.
That's it, that's it!
Hudson Young.
Number 2 offense!
Second mate back. Get off the field!
Okay, you back up about...
To coaches Lou Holtz and Don Fambro, a view from the sidelines is a tense climax to a fantastic week that began here. A grand welcome for the participants in this 15th annual Liberty Bowl. As North Carolina State jets into the sports capital of the Mid-South, Memphians are on hand to open their hearts of hospitality. One of the first to greet arrivals with welcome to Memphis is Liberty Bowl Queen Kathy Wilhelm. Coach Lou Holtz speaks for all when he describes this great town of Memphis.
We really appreciate the opportunity to come here. Newt Rockney once said, he said, the greatest thought in this world is God. He said the greatest sin is fear, and the greatest mistake is to give up, and the greatest needs for common sense, and the greatest town is where your friends are. And speaking on behalf of the athletic department, the university, our football players, coaches, friends, and alumni, rest assured we'll always think of Memphis as one of the great towns we ever knew. Thank you very much.
Echoes of applause mixed with the sweet strains of Dixieland sets a sprightly tempo for dancing at an old-fashioned riverboat Bierstube. Food, fun, and plenty of it. A fantastic evening hosted by the Joseph Schlitz Brewing Company. A glance outside the Bierstube party reveals an imaginative facade to this modern building. The riverboat motif is reflected again inside, where coaches Holtz and Fambro meet with Executive Director Bud Dudley, Field Scoville, president of the Cotton Bowl Association, and John Stevens, Schlitz Brewing Company plant manager. During this week of activities, the Sheraton Peabody Hotel acts as headquarters for the Liberty Bowl Association and hosts a variety of press, television, and motion picture representatives from around the country. And in the famous Skyway Room, a truly memorable affair of lovely elegance takes place, the black tie dinner dance. Rip Rowan, this year's Liberty Bowl president, and a host of other dignitaries, including Bill McElroy of the Liberty Bowl Association, makes this event one of the delightful highlights of entertainment during Celebration Week in Memphis. As countdown to game time continues, Don Fambro takes an opportunity to express his feelings toward Memphis and the Liberty Bowl Association.
We have never been treated any better anywhere than we have here in Memphis, by the fine people here in Memphis, Tennessee, and by the great people on this Liberty Bowl. And I'll tell you one thing, regardless of what happens tonight, this football team will go back to Kansas tomorrow. We'll be singing the praises of the people in Memphis and the people on the Liberty Bowl for many months to come.
It's party time, and what better place to build pregame excitement than at Gallagher's, one of the finest night spots in Memphis. Fun and frolic, Liberty Bowl style. Downtown Memphis, or for the ladies, a fashion show spotlights the week, presented by Goldsmith's Department Store. Players and coaches' wives are delighted by this mixture of fabrics and football. Chic fashions worn by the Liberty Bowl Queen and her court. It's game day at the Holiday Inn Rivermont, the location of the 15th annual Liberty Bowl Luncheon, hosting a capacity crowd of 1,800. On hand at the speaker's table is Bud Wilkinson and yours truly to nationally televise this classic on Monday night, prime time. Mrs. Bud Dudley and husband. Coach Fambro, along with Duffy Doherty. His Honor the Mayor, Wyeth Chandler. The Liberty Bowl Association was honored to present America's most famous prisoner of the Vietnam War, who, while in captivity, made the well-known Freedom Flag. Lieutenant Colonel John A. Dramese.
I strive to know unity, loyalty, faith, bravery and determination, discipline, honor. Or are these but youthful platitudes to be pushed aside in the presence of harsh reality? Finally, to you, I say, now go. And when we meet again, tell me not of the adventures of others or what you have seen, but of your participation. Have you played the game? What respect do you command? Can you be called man? Don? Thank you.
More than 2,000 fans get set for the action at the Liberty Bowl pregame buffet. With kickoff of this 15th annual Liberty Bowl just moments away, Bud Dudley, its founder and executive director, takes this opportunity to look back on 15 memorable and sometimes humorous years.
In reflecting back over the Liberty Bowl in the last 15 years, there are many categories I can think of. Probably the most humorous game was the one where we had Syracuse play Miami. I remember the Chamber of Commerce of Miami bringing up 4 palm trees, and they no sooner put them in the 4 corners of the stadium then the palm trees turned brown and began to wilt. And I think this gave the Chamber of Commerce of Miami some uneasy moments. Probably the most intriguing game of them all was the game last year between Georgia Tech and Iowa State. The fact that this young quarterback of Georgia Tech had never started a game, was unheard of, and came in and won the most valuable player trophy. I think that has to be one of the most unusual football stories of all time. Tonight we have our 15th game, and in my opinion, I think we have all the ingredients of intrigue, excitement, great football, great All-Americans, and this, I think, will prove to be the greatest game in our 15-year history.
A stirring rendition of the national anthem sung by Miss Marguerite Piazza sets an enthralled crowd cheering amid a cascading backdrop of fireworks presented by Rockwell International. Before a record national television audience, time and events of the past week focus themselves on this moment. Coaches Holtz and Fambrough are on the sidelines with their staff, ready to direct the beginning of the 1973 Liberty Bowl.
Just keep breathing, Coach Hosack can do the same thing. He doesn't quite. He needs to step, but he can get there and get it. No problem. Just think about your option again. They're going to leave you wrong. You might run for 25.
North Carolina State is first to receive from Kansas University. But Holtz quickly recognizes that Kansas is no weak opponent. Kansas forces State to punt after its first series of downs. Coach Fambrough brings All-American quarterback David Janes and a strikingly improved defense to Memphis. Janes ranked number 4 nationally in passing and led the Big 8 for the second straight year in that category. According to Fambrough, there is no better quarterback around than David Janes. But tonight, Janes will meet his sternest test against the Wolfpack. Coach Holtz will use a hard pass rush to try and keep Janes from the long bomb and make him throw to his secondary receivers. It would prove to be a night of frustration for David Janes.
Okay, Ken. All right, let's go, defense. What's the call, George? Got a hit. Okay,
With alternating quarterback Dave Bucky, Holtz sets up a first quarter drive, hopefully, for 6 points.
Left 72 drop.
All right, that's just, you want me to start with that, or?
Yeah, isn't that what you said? You'd like to do something basic?
Oh, I'd like to throw it.
Would you?
Go ahead.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
35 arrows.
Bucky does come out throwing, this time to number 10, Willie Burden, voted Atlantic Coast Conference Player of the Year. A near fumble recovery by the Jayhawks brings encouraging shouts from the former Kansas great, Gale Sayers. This year marks the first time North Carolina State has gone undefeated in conference play. The Wolfpack has never defeated a Big 8 team. A win over Kansas tonight would catapult Holtz and his team to new heights yet achieved.
Tell me, y'all tackled a strong side. When you get in the situation, all right, they're playing the draw well, start using draw passes and go to your sweeps.
Analysis from the bench results in a well-timed draw play by Bob Miller for 14 yards. Ball handling finesse and a pass right on the money to Bruce Adams keeps the drive alive for Kansas. Heads up running by James collects 9 more yards. A simple sleight of hand movement sends Miller bursting for 17 yards. The second quarter opens with play action. A pass to Miller again. Kansas fans are heartened by a tied score. Holtz is not content with a tied score during any part of the game as he directs his offense to get pounding. The Jayhawks of Kansas get tough in their own territory and hand State their first quarterback sacking of the game. The Wolfpack must settle for a try for 3 points. Spurred on by defensive success, James connects with a pinpoint pass to flanker Kenny Setoff. Tailback Delvin Williams spreads the Kansas attack and darts for 13 yards. With 1 minute left in the first half, flanker Adams is spotted on his way to the end zone. James' pass is rushed, and the Kansas bench must regroup.
What do you think, Ted? Huh?
Let's send somebody next up.
You want to go for the field goal fake? What you think?
I got a card right
All right, let's kick it. We'll get the ball back again and score. That's what we'll do.
As the first half ends, Kansas and North Carolina State are tied, 10-all. Halftime at the Liberty Bowl, America's first Christmas Eve party. A breathtaking spectacular of color in motion. Produced by the Freedom Foundation at Valley Forge, halftime this year features holiday music by both school bands and a cast of over 400 volunteers, demonstrating a tradition for the love of God and country. These colorful scenes on the field exemplify an American heritage of religious liberty for all faiths, churches, and denominations.
which they saw in the east, went before them, till it came and stood over where the young child was. Here in Memphis, Tennessee, from the University of Kansas, and North Carolina State University,
What could be more fitting of Liberty Bowl excitement than a climax of patriotic fervor as 50,000 miniature flags are raised in unison at the 1973 Liberty Bowl. Early in the third quarter, the Wolfpack offense falters and they find themselves in a punting situation. White punts high. And Jayhawk Bruce Adams, under pressure, trips, touching the bounding ball. Quickly, alert Ralph Stringer recovers for State. A replay of the action reveals an apparent interference by State. However, official ruling gives the Wolfpack the ball on the Kansas 19-yard line. State proves this a turning point in the game. Stunned by the turnover, Kansas cannot recover before 2 strikes by Stan Fritz converts into a quick Wolfpack score. State defense digs in with renewed effort and trades ball control with Kansas. However, the Jayhawks proved just as unwilling to give up yardage. The result is a bruising back-and-forth battle of attack and parry to end the third quarter. North Carolina State 17, Kansas 10. A new offensive pattern emerges for the Jayhawks of Kansas in the fourth quarter. Coach Fambro must rely on the fabled arm of David James and the sure hand of his wide receivers. A repeat of that spectacular catch reveals a major reason Kansas had one of the most feared aerial attacks in America in 1973.
That's the way to work. Now let's move it.
But a jolting tackle on a key third down pass neutralizes those sure hands. An upset Fambro must now face a possible upset over his Jayhawks. North Carolina State seeks insurance points and executes a series of counter plays for valuable yardage. Bone-jarring breakaways by fullback Charlie Young make a 4th and 2 situation for the Wolfpack on the Kansas 12-yard line. It's apparent State won't settle for a sure 3 points when 6 are so close. Charlie Young is again asked by Holtz to pound the Kansas line. Young's run makes it 24-10 State and just about ensures the biggest victory in Lou Holtz's career.
You guys are something. I never been with a group of guys like this in my life. I never seen anything. But let's win like champions now.
They're keeping me off the linebacker. They crisscross. I don't know what they're doing.
They're planting the tackle down. You read your tackle and step around him and get to the linebacker.
All right.
Just read your tackle. Don't pay any attention to nose man. Tackle comes down. You step right around and pick up that linebacker because Robert's going to be keying the nose man. He's coming more than he was. Yes.
Adjustments and advice from the bench add brief success to the Jayhawk offense.
Come on, TW! Come!
We are in Love Ray. And we can't fake it.
A leaping grab in the flat by Jim Henderson and 31 wide open yards add delirium to the Wolfpack bench.
Hey, where's Henderson?
Okay, let's go. I'm tempted to onside this thing, but we're not. Well, you get it? Yeah.
Come on, let's do it.
No, let's play it safe, man. I don't want to run it up on anybody. Just, you guys decide. Let's just get it.
All right.
Talent, drive, and determination brought Kansas to the Liberty Bowl. Now Coach Fambro and his staff must stack their skills against a fading clock. Janes broke Liberty Bowl passing records with 24 completions and 38 attempts for 218 yards and was named Outstanding Offensive Player of the Game. An unbelievable run by Miller makes the final score Kansas 18, North Carolina State 31. Stan Fritz, number 33, was voted the game's most valuable player. Coach Holtz, always close to his players, takes time to congratulate Fritz.
And I'll tell you, when we have 8 other guys pound them, it makes it easier when you pound them. But I tell you what, I'm happy for you, but you know that's a team honor. I know, I don't have to tell you. You coming back?
Huh?
You coming back?
I feel like, I felt so good tonight. I felt like that all year.
Fritz gained a rushing total of 83 punishing yards and 2 touchdowns. North Carolina State's convincing win over Kansas marks a triumph for Atlantic Coast Conference football and makes this 15th annual Liberty Bowl and its week of festivities and fun a memorable spectacular for 2 schools and their head coaches.
Permanent replica of those bowls, so you have a long-lasting memory of a great...
But particularly for a colorful leader named Lou Holtz.
It was a great team victory. A great team victory, and we appreciate the opportunity to have it. I guarantee you one thing, they better build a trophy case because we're going to get some more in the future.
Liberty Bowl 1973 was brought to you by the Liberty Bowl Festival Association and the First National Bank of Memphis.